Hey everyone, welcome to a strange version of the Accidental Wrestling Fan. Me and Kaz don't really know what we're doing. We're trying to stream. This screen here is a weird oil painting I
It's
made.
very
Like,
creepy.
yeah, I just
Like
so I
Coda looks extremely creepy in this picture.
so I went on. I use GIMP too, which is a free imaging software like Photoshop. It's what I
Gimp,
yeah, GIMP2.
like
Not to be confused with the guys
gimps
from
that wear like leather masks and shit.
yes, like guys who violate Ving Rhames in Tarantino
Bruce
movies.
Willis.
Yeah, but yeah, I just kept clicking the oil filter on that. I think I put um like a cartoon filter in there. And then I copied the Wrestle Kingdom logo from one of the posters. I cut that out and put that in the center. The background is a random image I found of the Tokyo Dome. It's like not even wrestling related. And I
It's
just
very
lined it.
nice. It's
Thank
very
you.
different.
Yeah, I don't know. I was kind of weary about like copyrights. I know that they're like trying to copy or crack down on copyrights. Oh, by the way, when we put this on YouTube, I think we're legally obligated to say that if this is for children or not. This is fucking absolutely not for children at
Yeah,
all.
do
That
not let your children listen to this. We just talked about Ving Rhames getting fucked by a gimp.
yeah, this is absolutely not for children. So YouTube, I just want to put that out there right now. This video obviously won't get monetized because we said the word fuck in it. So there we go. I mean, me and Kaz are both drinking beer. I mean, we're both in our 30s, man. I'm 31. He's 32. This is how life goes.
Yeah, it is.
Couple of bros talking about Japanese wrestling.
Yeah, it's Wrestle Kingdom is definitely much more exciting nowadays than WrestleMania.
Yeah, because you know that you're not going to really be let down. I mean, you might be let down in different ways, but you know the matches are always going to be fun. The matches are always going to be good. You know there's going to be two or three awesome matches.
Yeah, it,
Whereas,
it just it just seems more like important and legit. It seems official. Wrestle Kingdom seems official, or WrestleMania just seems like, eh, you could have like a WrestleMania party and really have it on in the background and not really pay attention to it.
oh yeah, I mean
But with
last year,
Wrestle Kingdom, you have to be like dialed in and like, okay, I'm watching like every match. It's just different feeling to me.
yeah, like last year we went to a friend's house for Wrestle Kingdom, or I'm sorry, WrestleMania, and there's a huge chunk of the show where people just weren't even paying attention.
Oh, I was annihilated.
Yeah, we
I
were on
think
a
we
good vibe.
all were.
Yeah, I think my girl even came down to hang out, and it was definitely a entertaining Lyft slash Uber ride back to the house.
Yeah, I was sloshed.
Good times though. I mean, for different reasons, you kind of have to drink the pain away. For
Yeah, for
this,
sure.
you're on the edge of your seat. You almost don't want to go and get up and get a drink. Obviously,
Exactly.
I was watching at a lot later time than you. You were able to watch it live, correct?
I did watch it live and I set my alarm for 1 in the morning. I got up, cracked open a beer, sat there and I watched every single minute of it and exactly what you just said. I didn't want to leave to grab another beer because I felt like I was going to miss something. So I waited for the right moment to do that.
Yeah, it's Wrestle Kingdom this year for night one was me simultaneously doing work because I had to work today a little bit and watching people get dropped on their head. So basically babysitting millionaires while I watch Will Ospreay and Hiromu Takahashi try to end each other's lives.
Yeah, and as far as night one goes, which we're going to talk about, I watched the whole thing. I watched the whole card. They didn't air the Stardom match, and I think that's because a different um, TV establishment over there in Japan shows Stardom. You know how New Japan is like owned by that whatever company?
Bushi Road, I think.
That and like Ashai TV or whatever it is,
Yeah,
they don't air Stardom, so they didn't show it on New Japan World. They didn't show that match on New Japan World.
yeah, that was kind of weird that they
There's
had
some
this big match.
politics, yeah, for it. I'm not exactly sure exactly what it is, but the first match that was shown was the eight-man tag, the LA Dojo versus who was it?
Uh, GBH, and then
Yeah,
two Young Lions,
yeah,
Suji and Yumura. I butchered those. I apologize, but um, yeah, Toa Hinare. Is that how you say it?
yeah. I think so. The Samoan
He
dude.
yeah, he was the young lion that actually had like clothes, like gear and stuff like that. You can tell they definitely want to push him.
Yeah, definitely. But
And
I was saying to I got off topic, but the night one really didn't start for me until Moxley Archer. All the other matches were just like kind of bullshit filler shit.
yeah, I the tag team title match was okay,
It was
but
okay, but it wasn't like nothing crazy for me. Even Moxley Archer was kind of underwhelming
yeah, it seemed like it could have been more wild and violent. It was I call it like the Brock Lesnar effect. It kind of ended as it was just getting good.
for sure. Exactly.
Moxley obviously defeated Archer by knockout with the was it the DDT through the two tables.
Yep, yep.
Yeah, it was a solid
Archer
match.
Archer looked like he cut his arm up pretty bad too.
Yeah, yeah, I wasn't sure where that blood had come from on Moxley, but then Archer turned over and his arm looked like a crime scene.
Yeah, it was an okay match. I was, like you said, hoping, I guess, for a little bit more violence, which is horrible to say, but
Yeah, because the match is, I mean, it's pretty violent.
it was.
Yeah,
But I
but
mean,
I guess it felt more like an American kind of hardcore match as
yeah,
opposed to an actual out and out death match that I was kind of expecting.
and
But I
it's
mean,
I'm sure in Japan maybe they told Moxley like, listen, you can't do barbed wire and tacks and shit here. We don't want that.
they have had barbed wire matches in New Japan before, but I mean, things are a lot different. So I'm not
Yeah.
sure why they didn't go that route. I'm sure also they didn't want to have like a full on death match because you got to clean all that stuff up before your three main singles titles.
Yeah, and the way Wrestle Kingdom runs, or the way most, New Japan events run, it's match after match after match. There's really no pause.
Yeah, you only
And I,
get some video packages before the next match starts.
yeah, and I like that. I love
Yeah,
it.
yeah, I'm a big fan of that. It keeps the show flowing, and
Yeah, for
you have
sure.
to really keep the show flowing because the show with that first pre-show match with the LA Dojo guys all the way down to the main event, it was 5 hours because you got entrances and the VTRs as they call the video packages over there,
Yeah.
and I had to skip through some of the entrances just to keep on a steady pace, because I'm trying to watch a 5 hour show, in 3.5 hours, but it ended up taking me a lot longer because we had some other stuff to do. So it took me probably 3 hours to watch Kodo Okada.
Yeah, I mean, it was, like I said, I got up at 1 and I was up until damn near 8 o'clock.
God,
Because the main card didn't start until 3 in the morning. So,
see,
and the main card was 5 hours.
the New Japan shows are really long. There's been many occasions where I've stayed up late to watch a New Japan show, and I make it through the first two or three matches, end up falling asleep, or I end up waking up as the main event is ending at like 7:45 in the morning.
Yeah, I mean it was definitely a long haul, but definitely worth it. It was a good show.
Yeah, what would you say your favorite match is?
I'm gonna have to go Okada and Ibushi.
Okada Bushi is a fantastic match. Um, Obviously, before we started recording this, we kind of talked about how we were um, a little disappointed with the outcome because we really wanted Ibushi to win. I wanted Ibushi to win because I love Ibushi and I really wanted him to get the heavyweight title. I really wanted him to really be considered as a top guy. And also, I wanted to continue the G1 winners finally starting to gain some credibility because only one person has won the G1 and won the title. And I want to say that was Tanahashi.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, it's Tanahashi a couple of years ago. But anyone that's won the G1 other than that has never won at Wrestle Kingdom. And that's very disappointing because it's almost like what's even the point of going through this long, grueling tournament and then you can't even come up when it matters big. You did all that work for nothing.
Yeah, Naito and Jay was the match before that, and which was also a very good match. Did you think so?
Yeah, I thought it was very good. It was
It was
definitely uh, it had to be different to set itself apart from the match before it and the match after it because the
yeah,
match before it was insane and then the
yeah.
match after it was also insane.
I got more of a like classical wrestling match from Naito and Jay White,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
I put on Twitter while I was live tweeting that Jim Cornette would be proud of that match.
yeah. Because there was one spot in the match where Naito went for his rope one run DDT and his leg gave out, and Jay White was
Yeah,
able to capitalize on it.
and he was selling his leg very well. But when Naito won, I was like, oh, all right. My hopes got way up for Ibushi. I think he's gonna win. And when Okada beat him and pinned him for the 1, 2, 3 after I think like 3 Rainmakers in a row, I want to say, or something like that.
Ibushi took an unbelievable amount of rainmakers. He took discus rainmaker, and I want to say he took maybe four, maybe five total.
Yeah. Man, I was so like, oh, no way, he lost. They're really going with Okada, and it just got into my head that they're gonna go with Okada the rest of the way. And I mean, we're recording this now at 11:08 p.m. Standard Eastern Time here in America. So bell time is in less than an hour over there in Japan. Um, I have a bad feeling that they're gonna go with Okada.
Yeah, he has never won the IWGP Intercontinental Championship. I mean, he leads on all kinds of insane statistics as far as IWGP champions go. He's third for number of reigns behind Fujinami and Tanahashi. Most combined days as champion, I think a little over 1,700. Um, he's got the most defenses at 30. You know, he's only 32 years old. You've
Yeah,
got, I mean, Tanahashi is 43. I think we said maybe 40, going on 44, and Tanahashi is still in the mix as a main player for New Japan. So Okada could go for another 15 years if he stays healthy, which is insane. I
that
mean,
is insane to think about.
that dude could possibly be the IWGP champion like 12 times before it's all said and done. And that's not
That's
an exaggeration. He's already got five, and he had the title for like 2 years. I think he held it from like ages 28 to like 31 or something insane.
yeah, it's so crazy that he's only 32 and everything that he's already done. What more is there that he can do except, win tonight?
Yeah, I mean he's the goat for New Japan if he gets the job done tonight.
Yeah, but going back to the Okada Ibushi match, my favorite part of the match is when Ibushi turns into that just 1,000-yard stare guy.
When Okada shotgun drop kicked him, and he just kind of just stood up and
And he
stared at him.
stands up and stares at it, and he gets this look, and you can just tell violence is about to ensue. And he hit him with it. I mean, it seemed like shoot punches.
Dude, he hit him with one kick, and Gino Gambino just screamed, "Oh my God!" You could hear the impact kind of like echo throughout the Tokyo Dome.
Yeah, I got
And
like he started getting booed. You could hear boos kind of. Because like
because
the
he was
Japan
turning so
crowd had like
sadistic.
yeah, and they don't really like that. And it's that moment in that match was like gave me goosebumps. Like, oh, I love when Coda does that.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of when that mean streak kind of comes out of him. He gets more aggressive, and you know, that you said the violence is coming. People are gonna
Oh,
start to get smacked and kicked and punched, and it's gonna give you goosebumps.
and I think that spot led to the tombstone on the apron.
Good God,
Yeah,
you
just
know,
unbelievable.
it was a bad day for Nex.
It was.
It's a bad day for Nex. I mean, Takahashi busting out that new finisher
Oh
again.
yeah, what was that?
It was like a Cradle Emerald Frozen.
Yeah, when
Like,
he hit it, I was like, whoa.
yeah, because they said that he had a new trick up his sleeve in case Will got out of the time bomb and the dynamite plunger, all that. And I didn't even know what that was. It was like a combination of 5 different moves. And again, Gino Campino goes, "Good God, he killed him!" When he dropped Will right on his head.
Yeah, there was reports that that one sequence between Will and Takahashi where he did the Sasuke special, Will
Oh
did.
yeah, yeah.
He
Did he hurt
broke
his
it.
knee?
He might have broke his heel or some shit.
He came down very weird. I
Yeah.
remember watching that, and I remember thinking, oh, he just blew out his knee. The way he kind of buckled, he turned at a weird angle.
Yeah, it seemed like Will was also kind of playing it safe with Hiromu. There was a spot where Will did like a off the top rope drop kick to the back of Hiromu's head, and he totally missed him.
Oh yeah,
Like there's like I don't know who posted it, like grapple clips or something on Twitter, but he totally, I don't want to say botched it, but it was whoever posted it put it in slow motion, and he totally missed him. In real time you couldn't tell, but he did not like hit him. So I don't know if Will was, trying to play it safe with Hiromu or anything like that, but
yeah. It's very possible that he was trying to play it safe and not injure his neck. Most of the moves that Will did to Hiromu were very safe.
yeah, that's what I kind of thought as well.
Yeah, and like you said, did he hit him with the hidden blade? I don't think he did.
He did.
Did he? I
It
missed
was
that
bad.
part.
It was brutal.
Yeah. How did I miss that? This is what I get for trying to watch one of the most important wrestling events as a guy who does a wrestling podcast, and I'm trying to work while I'm watching that, and I miss the hidden blade to Hiromu's destroyed neck.
Because when he hit him with it, I thought that was, excuse me, going to be the end, and he kicked out. Like Hiromu kicked out of everything.
Yeah, he kicked out of a lot. I mean, he kicked out of the
I think he
Os
kicked out of
cutter.
all of. Yeah, he kicked out of the Os Cutter. I don't even think he hit the. What's the other move he
Stormbreaker.
does? Yeah, I don't think he hit that.
No, he didn't get him with that.
But
I
yeah,
gotta say, one thing that I text you about because as I got up and started watching, because I knew you'd already watched it, and you were probably asleep when I was texting you some things. But there's a couple of things I messaged you about. I noticed one of the things was Osprey looked very big, like he didn't look like a junior heavyweight big.
what do you mean?
Like he put on a lot of muscle. Like
Oh yeah,
I feel like they were trying to gear up for Osprey to get maybe like a heavyweight push. And I thought that's what they were going to go for last year because he beat Kota last year for the never openweight title. And I figured, okay, Ospreay is going to move on because they even talked in his entrance that Ospreay had kind of beaten everybody. There really wasn't much else for him to do.
Yeah, and there's really not now. Like he has to move up, and we discussed this on our last podcast, talking about this event. There's really nothing more in the junior heavyweight division that Ospreay can do.
Yeah, and obviously, if he is injured and he broke his heel, they give him some time to heal up. No pun intended, and maybe
Yeah.
become um,
And I
a
think that,
heavyweight player.
yeah, the heavyweight division now needs some new players.
Yeah, I mean, because it's been kind of the same guys all year.
Put Osprey. I want to see Osprey up there. I want to see Shingo take that step. I think Shingo should have a big 2020.
Yeah, I feel like Shingo should have already had kind of a showcase kind of match anyway after the
Yeah,
year he was having last year.
yeah. I'm very
I,
disappointed that he doesn't have like a showcase match on this event.
I feel like his legs kind of got cut out from underneath him after he had that awesome junior run, Best of Super Juniors run, was it? Was it the Best of Super Juniors?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he was pretty much undefeated all the way up until he got to Osprey.
Yep.
And then he never challenged for the belt again. He kind of just moved up to heavyweight.
Yeah, I don't understand what happened there. He did compete in the G1,
Yeah,
and
and he had a lot of awesome matches.
he did, but they still sort of treated him like he was a junior heavyweight, and I don't like that.
Yeah, I hate that because he's like the same size as like Goto and some of those other guys who are considered heavyweights.
Not only that, but he's like 37.
Yeah, they treat him like he's like a young dude when Shingo's been in the game for a long ass time.
Yeah, I don't like how they treated or are treating him, and I hope that changes. Like that dude, to me, is the best talent in New Japan. That dude is awesome,
Yeah, I think that is a dude that could be
and he's
there.
over.
Yeah,
Crowd loves him. He might be more over than Naito.
yeah. I mean, Shingo is awesome. I mean, we knew that he had big things in store. Was that the Wrestle Kingdom last year when Lij won because Shingo pretty much destroyed everybody in the match?
Yeah. Yep.
Like, I mean, you don't get any more over than that. That's like Goldberg Ultimate Warrior levels of getting put over, like being shown as being this dominant force of nature, and then they kind of just slowed it down. I don't know. It's weird.
And I'll be perfectly honest, I didn't know too much about Shingo before he came into New Japan. I knew of him, but I didn't know, how good he was until I seen him in New Japan, and I was just absolutely blown away and he became a fan favorite of mine instantly.
Yeah, I mean, I've known about Shingo for a long time. I'd say the first time I ever really saw a Shingo match was ROH, probably in the mid 2000s, probably 2005 or six, somewhere in that
Oh,
ballpark.
wow.
Yeah, so I've known for a while how
Against
talented.
who?
A lot of tag team matches when he was in Dragon Gate. There's a fantastic 5-star match from ROH with the Dragon Gates. I think it's like a Dragon Gate 6-man tag in Detroit. It's a 5-star match.
Wow, I'll have to watch that.
And then awesome tag team matches with Naruki Doi. They won the ROH tag team champions for a short time. And yeah, I knew even back then Shingo was just a hell of a wrestler. There is a match he has with I think Bryan Danielson in Dragon Gate USA that is off the hook.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Was he ever he was the main dude in Dragon Gate, correct?
Yeah, he was their main champion.
Okay.
Obviously, I don't follow Dragon Gate as much as I'd like to. I remember loving their 6-man tags and 8-man tags back when I was a teenager, but I can't remember all the names of the the titles, because I know it's open the Triangle Gate and open the Brave Gate, open the Freedom Gate. I can't remember which one's the main title name, but
But
he was their main champion.
but even back to, his age, he's, I want to say, the same age as Naito.
Yeah, because they trained together, if I'm not mistaken. So Shingo,
Kota Ibushi is up in age, I want to say. All
yeah,
these guys are getting older, and it seems like New Japan doesn't have that next set or that next wave of guys coming.
I feel like the youngest guy in the heavyweight division, the main picture, I think obviously Okada is 32, like we mentioned, and then Jay
Sonata?
White. Yeah, Sonata, I want to say is,
Sonata's in his 30s, isn't he?
yeah, I want to say he's, yep, 31. He'll be 32 at the end of this month.
Jay White's 27, I think.
Yeah, he's, I think, yeah, I was gonna say he's a couple months younger than my girlfriend, which, yep, October '92, so he's only 27. So he's gonna be around for a while.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Is he?
That's true. Yeah, he's 27. He's very good, and I don't know when his contract is up, but I feel like people will be inquiring about his services
Dude,
in the next few years.
I'm sure Triple H is all eyes on Jay White.
Absolutely, he's a
I
great
want
wrestler.
Jay White in NXT. I want Jay White.
Yeah, good wrestler, good look, like great physique. Like he ticks all the boxes.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean,
Absolutely.
he ticks all the boxes. And it's crazy to think that he has really established himself as this villainous heel. But the first time I ever saw this dude was in a match against Will Ospreay, and I said to myself, that guy could be a superstar as a babyface.
And it's crazy. I remember that match. I think was it Ring of Honor?
Yes, it was.
And it
I
was
can't
like a
remember what
crazy,
show.
like, high flying match.
Yeah,
And he doesn't do that really anymore.
yeah. I typed Ospreay wrong, of course, but they wrestled at the 47th
Yeah,
anniversary show,
that's
War of the
no, is it
Worlds,
that
and
show?
it's
It's
War of the
20.
Worlds 2017.
Yep, that's what it is.
Yeah,
Babyface Jay.
yeah. It's crazy. That was only 2017. That was only 2 years ago. I feel
Jay?
like that match was 5, 6 years ago.
I know.
Man. But
Where's
yeah.
Jay from? Royal Oak?
He lives down the street from me, baby, Plymouth. Um, what was I gonna say? I mean, Osprey, if he moves to heavyweight, then you've got another young guy because he and Jay are the same age.
Well, they gotta move. They gotta move Osprey and Shingo.
Yeah.
Definitely. The heavyweight division needs it. Tanahashi's run is it's over.
You say that now, but my dude, is gonna win some sort of weird
He's gonna
transitional reign.
he's gonna win the AEW championship, right?
That would be wild if he won the belt from Jericho.
That would be wild.
Yeah,
And
I'm very curious to see how the Jericho match plays out.
I feel like your fantasy booking of tonight, what's going to happen, could still happen. Okada could win and Omega could come out.
Yeah, and
It,
challenge him.
yeah, it could be the same scenario, just not a Bushi.
Of course, if Tanahashi somehow finds his way to win the belt, I could see them putting the belt on Omega in Japan.
Ah, that would be something.
Omega avenges his loss to Tanahashi because Tanahashi kind of ran him out of town. And if Tanahashi won the belt or beat Jericho, I could see him kind of referencing the fact that I ran Omega out of town and he hasn't really been the same since I beat him because, I mean, from a kayfabe perspective, Omega's kind of the shits right now.
Yo, yes, absolutely.
I mean, he has good matches, but he looks like a dude that's okay. I don't know. It's weird. The elite guys in AEW, and this is off topic, obviously, but the elite guys in AEW not really wanting to put themselves over or treat themselves like big stars.
And I don't get that.
I feel like it's kind of hurting AEW a little bit.
Oh, absolutely. They're supposed to be the big stars. Kenny
Yeah,
Omega's supposed to be the guy.
yeah. And then
The
Adam
Young Bucks
Page
are
is a drunk
supposed to be
cowboy.
the Young Bucks are supposed to be the tag team.
Yeah, I mean, even if they would have maybe put the belts on themselves,
AEW's
for sure.
garbage, bro. Fuck AEW. Straight up. AEW's garbage.
Yeah, did you watch the most recent episode?
I tried. I started to. Um, I watched the Cody Darby match.
Yeah,
Did you watch it?
I have not seen it. I heard it was very good.
It was alright.
Oh wow, I saw a lot of people like what's his name, Sean Ross Sapp on Twitter saying that it was an awesome match, and there were some other people on Twitter saying that it was obviously early, very early into the year. We're not even a week in, and a lot of people were saying that's one of the better matches that they've seen.
Uh, disagree. I'm not even trying to like be like anti AEW. It just I forget what was the other match. Moxley versus who was it?
Trent Beretta.
Yeah. And at the end of the match, Jericho cut some promo to where he wants Moxley to join the inner circle and blah blah blah. He's going like, well, Moxley, you can have like 50% LLC in the inner circle and uh look at this brand new Lamborghini. You can have this car. All you have to do is join the inner circle. And like Moxley, like Moxley's response was like, I've always respected Jericho and liked Jericho, but I'll have your answer next week. It was like so underwhelming, and that was it.
Yeah, he's supposed to be this fearless fighter, like this dangerous, unhinged dude. I mean, I would
I
have
turned it
better
off
not.
after that. I went to bed. I think I was tired as fuck, but
Yeah, I would have rather he kind of just not said anything at all and kind of left it up to the viewers. Oh, maybe he
yeah.
might be interested in that.
And he said it like, I'll give you an answer next week, and the crowd booed him.
Yeah, I
I
don't know.
think Goldust did a Canadian Destroyer on the apron to Sammy the Bull Guevara.
Sammy Graciano took that flip pile driver on the apron,
I don't know.
which
AEW is just they don't know what they are. I
I
think
agree.
that's the problem. They don't know what they are.
I agree.
Don't have an identity, and it's I don't know. It's very like just all over the place.
Yeah, if Tana does win, I'm curious to see if there is a working relationship, and I'm curious to see how it plays out. Um,
Yeah, definitely.
how different people fit into the mix. I mean, obviously, it's a great place to send your young lions to get them national TV exposure, but um, I don't know. I'm not really sure how the partnership would work out. I mean, I just wish that like obviously they have some sort of agreement with each other if Moxley can do both shows,
Yeah, for sure.
or at least some sort of mutual respect for each other. I don't know the fucking correct words about the contract, but
MLW recently announced that they have some upcoming partnership with someone, and I'm thinking in the back of my head that it might be AEW
uh,
because MJF is still doing MLW shows.
he is. I thought that it could be Impact because Anthem owns Access Sports, and Access and New Japan just parted ways because of
Access
according.
wanted New Japan to partner up with Impact, correct?
Yeah, and New Japan said no, and
Good move.
yeah. I,
Impact's pretty bad. Have you watched it?
I think I watched some stuff on YouTube. I think the last thing that I actually watched was the Throwback Throwdown when they did the Rough Riders. There's
Hmm.
Tessa Blanchard and Jordan Grace all kind of making fun of the Four Horsemen. And Jessica Havoc, I think it was, said that the tunnel of love was open all night long. But yeah,
Yikes.
yeah, it was pretty crazy. Um, yeah, I don't know. I know a lot of people either are all in on Tessa Blanchard being pushed as the heavyweight champion, or they just hate it because they don't understand how Tessa Blanchard could beat any guy in the
Yeah.
company. But
But even
yeah,
back to the AEW thing, like it's like they need like a partnership.
yeah, I'm not sure what they're gonna do as far as the partnerships go. I mean, I just feel like they're kind of missing something, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, have you followed the like their story? I don't know. Like, I don't really watch it, and I tried to last week, and their storylines aren't like matching up. What's going on with the Dark Order?
So the Dark Order, who are the Super Smash Brothers in PWG and Chikara, are like some sort of weird cult. But then they also have another cult with the Nightmare Family, and then they also have on top of that the Butcher, the Blade, and the Bunny. So they have like three spooky groups running around, and it's very
Yeah,
confusing. Are they all within the same group? Are they all different groups? Um, like, does Cody know that his wife is evil and running around cutting people's hair off?
yeah, that's yeah, I don't like I said like a couple minutes ago, it's just all over the place. It's all over the map.
And then the Dark Order says that they have a leader who will reveal himself soon. But then I think the Butcher and the Blade and the Bunny all said that they got hired by someone to attack Cody a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think this somehow will tie into Marty Skrull showing up, but I don't.
Ah, you're right. That's what it is.
Yeah, but yeah, let's get back to this night two here. So we can kind of wrap this up because obviously New Japan is about to start in the next 30 minutes, and
Yes.
I want to throw this up on YouTube real quick. Um, Liger is wrestling his last match ever tonight, which is weird. It's very weird because I've been watching this guy wrestle since I was like 3 years old.
Yeah, I mean, he says it's his last match. We'll see. Um,
We'll see.
New Year's Dash is tomorrow. He might get one more little
What if,
run.
what if he uses this as some sort of swerve and he turns on like Takahashi or something, joins Bullet Club, Liger's junior heavyweight champion.
That would be something else.
Yeah.
He can still go. I mean, out of all those dudes in the match last night, um, of course he looked the best.
He looked better than the guy that beat him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not a huge Taguchi fan,
No. By
but
the
yeah.
way, Tatsu Fujinami looks great for 66 years old.
Yeah. Fujinami is on that Bob Backlund old man workout.
Yeah, he looks good. As far as tonight goes, I mean, like we said before, Takahashi and Dragon Lee should wipe these guys up.
Yeah, dude, they should wipe the floor with them. I mean, I'm trying to think of any way realistically
I kind of
that
wish it was a singles match.
it should be a singles match.
Yeah, it should be like Liger versus Dragon Lee.
Or even Takahashi against Liger in a non-title match,
Yeah,
and
that would be sweet.
you put the current junior heavyweight champion over the best junior heavyweight of all time, and you really established Hiromu as this just like I said, force of nature. Also, very weird that Takahashi and Dragon Lee are a team now, and they're in the same group. And Dragon Lee broke Takahashi's neck, but they're in the same stable.
Yeah, very
It's
strange.
very strange. I'm not sure if I really quite understand that. That's
Well,
like,
he changed his name.
yeah, oh, he's a different guy now. That's like ECW levels of booking. Like Beulah and Tommy Dreamer would feud with each other. Then all of a sudden, Beulah is like Tommy Dreamer's love of his life.
Yeah.
It's very bizarre. Um, Bullet Club, Phantasmo, Ishimori against RPG 3K. Um, should be a good match. I mean, are RPG 3K going to finally win the belts again? I don't know why I said finally. They always win the belts. They just never hold them for that long.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a fun match. I definitely, you know what? I'm gonna go the other way. I think Ishimori and Phantasmo retain.
I think, honestly, Sho and Yo should break up.
I agree.
I think, what's funny is Yo was the rookie of the year, I think, in the Observer a couple years back. But I think Sho is like the guy
Which one
that
is Gold Pants? Show,
Gold.
right?
Yeah, Sho.
Yeah, he's another guy who I think as a singles guy can make a splash. You know, you can move Osprey up and replace him with Show.
Yeah, and Yo as singles guys.
Yeah, absolutely. And that'll take care of your, junior heavyweight division as far as, new guys coming up.
And I mean, obviously, I know we're kind of recapping the stuff that we already previewed from our last episode, but very quickly, how do you see these last few matches going? Like ZSJ and Sonata. Sonata win a singles title finally in New Japan.
I do think Sonata wins.
Yeah.
Yes.
Uh, Mox Robinson, Juice has a chance to be a double champion. I mean,
I
I
don't think they
think,
want to do that now on the same show.
yeah,
We didn't even discuss that.
yeah, we didn't. I mean, we'll work our way to it, but I mean,
I'm talking about like two double champions on the same show. That might
right,
take away from the main event.
exactly. But then I feel like Juice was gonna beat Moxley for the belt on this show, like, and kind of redeem himself. But I don't know how they're gonna do that now.
Yeah, I don't know. I could see it playing out either way. I would be shocked either way.
Kenta and Goto should be a great match. That should be very hard hitting.
Absolutely, absolutely. I see Kenta winning. I still have hope and think that they're going to somehow make Kenta and Shibata happen. Either Shibata comes out tonight or tomorrow night. I think that is the match they really want to make. So I do think Kenta retains his title.
Jay White versus Kota Ibushi. This this kind of sucks because I like both guys and I don't want either of them to lose, but someone's got to lose two in a row.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know who
I
loses.
I think they established an out for Jay White with establishing him and Gato having some animosity towards each other. I think that something will happen again with that, and Ibushi will get the win. And there's going to either be some sort of Bullet Club reset, or it's going to lead to some kind of swerve down the line with the Bullet
Yeah,
Club.
I definitely agree with you with that. I agree.
And then Okada. I mean, we already talked about Tanahashi Jericho, so we can skip over that. I just want Tanahashi to win to kind of shock the world and mix things up.
Yeah.
Double champion, man. Who you think's gonna win? Okada or Naito?
Who do I think's gonna win, or who do I want to win?
Who do you want to win?
Well, I want Naito to win, of course, but I do think Okada. I think the way Okada has been booked and pushed throughout the years, it just makes the most sense that they want him to be the first ever double champion in New Japan. Hopefully I'm wrong because I want to be wrong. I want it to be Naito, but yeah, my gut feeling if I was a betting man, I would put my all my chips in on fucking Okada, and I hate to say that.
So I'll ask you this final question before we end this. Um, who's in worse shape? The loser of the consolation match between Jay and Kota, or the loser of the main event?
Oh, well, I mean, if Okada loses, it doesn't hurt him as much in my eyes. he always finds a way to just reset himself and come back. If Naito loses, that's a low blow to him. That really hurts Naito.
As we've
So,
been recording, I kind of thought that it's almost worse for Naito to win or lose tonight than it was last night.
oh, absolutely.
Like
Absolutely, I
he's
agree.
for sure in a do or die situation now.
I thought it was a must win last night. It's definitely a must win tonight
Yeah, because then if he loses tonight, he's just the dude that comes up short again.
against Okada.
Yeah.
Like he got his win at the Tokyo Dome last night, but it's not the win.
No, I mean he's got to pull it off, man. And if he does get the heavyweight championship, he needs to have a long and healthy reign with the title. No 70-day bullshit with one title defense. He needs a
Oh,
serious title reign, like a 6-month title reign
and
with
it'll be
4 or 5
interesting.
title defenses.
Yeah, for sure. It'll be interesting to see how whoever wins, how they book that person as double champ
Yeah.
as
Um,
far as, which title gets defended at what show, at what time. And so tonight's pretty monumental.
Yeah, I would love to see if whoever wins this double gold dash kind of just puts all the chips on the line. They're always trying to defend, uh, you know, both belts. It's always a winner take all match. I could see if Okada won, he would definitely seem like that would fit his character of being the dude that's always trying to put all his chips on the table and always up in the ante.
For sure.
Yeah, but very excited to see how this plays out.
Yeah, you gonna stay up, brother?
Uh, well, it's almost midnight, so I think I'll be able to at least watch some of the first few matches. But before we go, since this is a video, which is nice, you can go to our Patreon page, patreon.com/podbros. There
Oh, I thought
are.
you were about to type in Pornhub.
Jesus Christ. Um, we've got more levels here. If you can still see my screen share, hopefully you can.
Yeah.
Uh, if you go to patreon.com/podbros, if you click show more, if you go to the third column, second row down, there is a top tier. Um, the cream always rises to the top, and by picking this level, you'll be 5 stars in our eyes. Your pledge will get you a shout out on our show, along with the opportunity to tell us your top 5 favorite matches. It includes, like I said, your top 5 favorite matches and a shout out. There is another spot here, TOF promo spot. You pick the famous or infamous promo in which you will have a host reenact it in a dramatic tone of their choosing, of course, to really spice it up. I, again, am very shocked that no one has picked the promo tier, that no one's taken advantage of it.
Yeah, that is strange. Even though I'm not glad that no one has because I'm so scared to do that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I've been chomping at the bit for almost a year now since we've introduced it to do this, and I'm kind of bummed that no one is taking us up on it.
You never uploaded your Zandig promo.
I don't even know if I have that still.
God, that was so funny. I was like the best.
I have to ask John if he's got it.
He's gotta have it.
And then, of course, you can go to our TeePublic page. That's te.pub, if I spell it right, /LIC/Podbros. Of course, I spell it wrong when I'm on
T
video.
pubic
T-Pubic. Oh, God, I spelled it wrong. I nailed it.
404 page not found.
There it is.
There it is.
This shirt is more expensive, the 1983 Grand Prix champion shirt, because it has a text on the back, in case you're wondering why it's more expensive than the other shirts. So I just want to throw that out there. There's shirts for Kapowcast. There's a couple that I designed, DDT or Masters, of course, and then more Kapowcast stuff. They have like 97% of the designs on here. There's the classic Downriver Top Team shirt, of course, Tuck Your Chin, Pabro's Network shirt. And then one of the cool things about having a partnership with TeePublic is that we can curate designs that we like and put them in our store, so we can help out some other creators on the site. And yeah, it helps us out as well. Downriver Top Team, that shirt's one I created. I really want to get this shirt, the I Survived Kumite 1988 shirt. some designs that we curate in our store, like Fuck Tai Chi, Downriver Swings First, Young Dolph with Dolph Lundgren. I designed those. Those are in my personal store, so check those out. All right, Kaz, anything in closing before I upload this to the YouTube gods?
Uh, night two, Wrestle Kingdom coming up here in 15 minutes. Let's get into it. I'm very excited to watch it. Um, yeah, I'm also very excited for this new recording method.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
very
excited.
cool.
I'm excited to see how this works out. I'm excited to see how this comes across when we upload it. I don't know
Even
what the
though
hell
my webcam um looks like I'm on Windows 95 or something.
you. Yeah, you look like someone that would call into like Attack of the Show back in like 2005.
Yeah.
Is that you
Shout
go
out
up
to
in at
Natural
like
Light.
yeah? Shout out to
You can
Natural Light.
sponsor us, you know what I mean?
Shout out to my light Miller Light that is. You guys can sponsor us too if you want. That
Absolutely.
that definitely is breaking the COPPA act of YouTube, isn't
I
it?
think so.
All
Yeah.
right, guys. Enjoy Wrestle Kingdom, and if you take a apron spot on the apron, God, this beer is killing me. Jesus. If you take one of the weird cradle tombstones that someone in New Japan does, remember to tuck your chin.